Ohio State's defense, the Gray today, beat the offense 40-31 at the spring game Saturday here at Ohio Stadium. End of the spring, and as we always do, we grade the quarterbacks after every game. So today we're only grading Kyle McCord because Devin Brown was unable to play due to the pinky mishap that he had about two-thirds of the way through spring and had to have a procedure for earlier this week. So Kyle McCord, 18 of 34, 184 yards, one touchdown that came in the fourth quarter, touchdown pass to Carnell Tate, 37 yards, no interceptions, a couple that were close, and took 3 sacks. And some of those are neighborhood sacks, and some of them were real sacks. So, Stephen, how are you grading Kyle McCord today for his spring game performance?
I'm going to give him a C+. Not all of the reasons he had incompletions today were maybe his fault when you're dealing with 2s who are probably actually 3s when you get your top 4 receivers back. But I think in comparison to the last quarterback battle I was here for and the guy who ended up winning that battle, a big reason why CJ won that is it felt like that day he just did a better job of keeping this team on schedule and keeping them on pace and moving the ball down the field. I don't think I saw that from Kyle McCord too much today. And Jesse Mirko had more work today than he did probably all last season at some point. So it's more that. It was way too many 3-and-out situations where at this point in Kyle McCord's career, I'm going to hold him to that standard because he's been here for 3 years. You would want to see some of that improvement, and you didn't necessarily see that today.
Yeah, I'm going to say C-. I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I keep coming back to the way the last season ended. Ohio State did not have its optimal lineup on the field at the end of the Peach Bowl, and you still got to find a way to do things. Now, the defense is way ahead of the offense right now. The defensive front is way ahead of this offensive line right now. That's got to change going into the season. That caused some problems today. Missing all the receivers, the cornerbacks, you could definitely see the edge that the veteran corners had over the young receivers today. But I think Kyle McCord needs to be sharper. He needs to find a way to keep the ball moving, as you're saying. So C- today. It's not really even a passing grade because you don't score until the fourth quarter. You take Archie Griffin off the board. You don't score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. It's got to be better than that. Doug, what is your grade?
So I'll give him a B-, and I'll say 2 things. One is, even without Devin Brown playing, I think we all thought there was a chance of Kyle McCord coming out and being like, well, the other guy's not here, but it's over. Like, it's Kyle McCord. I don't think that happened. Right. And the other thing is, we had a debate about depth in different position group rooms on Buckeye Talk a couple weeks ago, and I didn't give the receiver room a huge depth grade, and a lot of people gave me crap about it. They missed their first-string receivers today. Did you notice a difference? I did. I think Kyle McCord did because nobody was open. And in the first half, the first-team offense, Marvin Harrison played 2 series. He had 3 catches for 62 yards. Everybody else for the first-team offense in the first half had 5 catches for 52 yards. So Marvin Harrison, give Marvin Harrison, like Kyle McCord, Marvin Harrison every snap, and we'd be like, Kyle McCord, is he going to win the Heisman? But I think it's really more a receiver conversation, and those guys are going to be healthy in August, so it's no big deal, and the tackles. But also, I don't think any young quarterback is going to elevate. C.J. Stroud would have elevated this today. Like Georgia game, C.J. Stroud would have elevated this. Yeah. Kyle McCord made a throw early on Saturday where he rolled out and threw a ball on the sideline that almost got picked that felt very similar to the pick that C.J. Stroud threw at the end of the Oregon game in his second career start. It was a young quarterback play. He's a young quarterback. So I think the competition remains open, and there's a gap between Kyle McCord and Devin Brown and where C.J. Stroud was at the end of last year. But I think mostly this was the second-team receivers aren't the first-team receivers.
I think they're definitely still chasing the Ohio State quarterback standard, but it's going to be more fair to judge that when they have the Ohio State team around them again, and we'll get to see that, but not until August. It's a break now. So, but keep following us on Buckeye Talk, wherever you can find podcasting. Get the text, 614-350-3315. News analysis, it's going to keep coming throughout the spring and summer from Buckeye Talk.